here. We're playing a game called The Letter. We're back doing this garbage. That's the thing is, I really like this game when the interesting stuff happens, and every time else I'm like, please, can we just, I want, like, background for characters, I want character interaction, I want the spooks, the scares, the goofs, the gaffs, but we're just looking at a house. It's already dark as we make our way out of the mansion. With no lights, it's only illuminated by the headlamps of the Wright's car and the stars above us. The sight of them helps me compose myself much more than several minutes of being alone did. The car's engine is running, yet the two still stand out on the lawn. Mrs. Wright is busy, eyes up to the stars, and Mr. Wright's arms crossed as his eyes down to the ground. It is the crunch of grass under my heels that brings their attention to me.
About time, what took you so long? A minute longer and I'd think the house swallowed you all up.
Oh, that's so funny because my favorite movie is Monster House, where the children do get bored. And I already made that remark. I can't even call it a joke. I already said that, but my god, it's true.
Oh, hush, dear. I'm sure she has her reasons. Marianne doesn't seem the sort to idle.
And then it shows Marianne's idle animation, and it pans over to her. She's just fucking T-posing.
Sorry, I was just checking on something important.
See, business is business and they take time, love.
And besides, it only takes 2 seconds to change your poopy diaper.
You should know that better than anyone. So, Marianne, what do you think? Are you the woman for the job? I know we already signed papers hiring you, but I want to be 100% sure that you are committed.
I glanced back towards the mansion, knowing what I'd seen there. Ooh, the curious wine cellar, which is stuff I've only read about from fucking horror stories, and her. I should feel the slightest bit hesitant. I was lucky. I've seen enough films to know what happens when a promiscuous woman enters a haunted house. This is my chance to turn it down, make excuses, say that I'm not up to the task, that I need to take care of my old sick father. Just to pay the fine, which is probably outrageous for a contract like this, and let it go. I should turn it down. But for some obstinate reason, I can't. In the same manner, I haven't let go of her, of the regret that has shadowed me since that day. As much as I hate to admit it, even to myself, seeing her again, the mischievous glint in her eye, the loose tendrils of her hair curled down around her forehead. It's something I've terribly missed, and now that it's here, almost within arm's reach, my father would tell me, sometimes you just simply have to go through with it. Consequences be damned. And well, I really don't have any logical reason to say no. You don't have any logical reason to say no. No reason to say, you just spelled out the reasons to say no. You are going to die. We're all going to die here. At least not something a client like the Wrights would want to hear from a professional designer. Make up a lie.
It's certainly an interesting project. You can be sure I'm seeing it through the end.
Marianne.
Such dedication. Oh, I do love the determination.
I do love the determination. Like my favorite video game character, Frisk. Oh, I do love Sans Undertale. Just so very much. Luke is basically the humanoid version of Sans Undertale. It's like how, I mean, you know what people did to, like, Bill Cipher and all them? Where it's like, they made him, like, white and blonde and, like, attractive. Oh, man. Okay, I gotta move on. I don't want to think about it.
You were always determined like that, weren't you?
Oh, God. You really did love Undertale. Hearing her voice once again sends chills running down my back. Spooky, scary skeletons. I can't wait for this day to be over. From the mansion and through Anslum, I rode with them in silence. But as soon as I hit city proper, I asked to be dropped off and bid them goodbye. I thought it'd be best if I didn't stay too long in confined spaces with either Mrs. or Mr. Wright. Both of them seemed to cause me serious trouble, and if the project had been any less interesting or grand, I would have dropped it without a second thought. Would have. Shouldn't have. Won't. I assured them that my place isn't that far off, and I have to fight off the urge to roll my eyes and groan when whiskey throws me a little smirk. But even my own home, peace is elusive. Peace is elusive as is sleep. I lie awake thinking of what I saw in the mansion, of who I saw. If I so much as hear a single whisper from her, if I so much as see a wisp of her hair, I'm afraid I'll go mad. But none of that happens. It makes me feel hollow. For 2 nights I've had trouble sleeping, but it's only one morning when fatigue has already let me rest, and I'm reminded of what terrifies me so. Whew, okay. I made it a jump scare. I was so worried there. In my restless dreams, I see that mirror. The one in the study. And in it, I see her. I see them. Huh. Sorry, I'm just like, what am I looking at? Lorraine and Hannah. Hannah and Lorraine.
Oh, pathetic
Oh god.
Marianne.
Oh my god.
Work, work, work.
Oh, okay, that got me. I was okay. Wow, it's so loud in my ear.
She'll work herself to death.
See, she doesn't listen. That's all she did. Look at what happened to me.
They talk amongst themselves with cruel smiles and venomous tongues. Or rather to themselves, 2 heads, 1 body. Oh god. A horrible mockery of these women, as if they were one and the same.
More's the pity. Life goes on and goes out, and she doesn't even see it.
Do you think she'll even realize when she's kicked the bucket herself?
When they say a person has a hard time telling when they're in a dream, it was true often enough. Even with the bizarre sight, even with the ooh, that music in the background, I don't like it. Obvious implication that this isn't real, I can't help but feel distressed.
Likely. Is that any way to live at all? She might as well be dead.
Cruel fate that she's alive and I'm... well...
Though they speak in each other's ears, tones low and hushed, I can still hear them as clear as day. Their whispers pervade the air, heavy and oppressive. They bury and dig into my head like tiny maggots worming their way into my skull. Don't look at me. Don't look at me! It's only then that they take notice of my presence. Eyes turn towards me, and I can only feel small under the scrutiny. Don't look at me, please! Caricature smiles etched to their faces, mimicking each other's grotesquely.
Oh, Marianne! How long have you been standing there, dearie?
Come join us, Marianne. We won't bite.
Yes, you... It don't bite. Yes, it do. You guys bite, I can tell.
Unless you ask, that is.
Oh. I mean, call me.
Have you been looking at us? Spying? How scandalous. Such a naughty girl.
I'm sure you were just waiting for something lewd to happen, weren't you?
You know she will not admit it. She thinks it wrong. You've said it so yourself.
Okay, is this confirmation that I haven't been misreading her entire plot so far? That she is, like, a closeted lesbian, or at least, like, some kind of, like, woman-loving woman, WLW, I'm not wrong, right? I'm not wrong.
Yes. She thought me wrong, impure, abnormal, because I loved her.
I knew it. Oh my god. The validation, I knew it. Oof. Hey guys. My breath hitches and I open my mouth to protest, but they stop me, screeching. The mirror that holds them cracks, lines spiting across the surface.
Do not lie! We know the gluttonous thoughts you try to deny, girl. All those desires you bury beneath that sickening guilt. You act the martyr when you turn the bed you lie in into your own hedonistic hell.
Damn.
You are nothing but a tainted soul with filth-stained flesh held together by falsehood and pride.
They look livid. And when it looks like they would lunge, I wake. I'm glad I wasn't misreading anything here. Like, yeah. I wasn't expecting this game to go down like a... Like, it had a political thing going on with Zach, which was interesting, and I really enjoyed that. I did not expect it to go, like, down a sexuality route either. That's so interesting. I didn't expect anything like that from this game. I expected me to be scared and to pee myself, and that's it. Wow, okay. I wake, feeling like the wind has been knocked out of me. With a groan, I squint and find a certain fluff ball sitting on my chest, looking as pleased as Punch. Ah! Hi there. She is the overlady of the cats, queen of despair and destruction of nice furniture. Though I can't stay mad at Her Majesty because I feel like she did something good this time. I was having a nightmare, but I can't even remember what it was about. Trying to crawl leaves a terrible pit in my stomach. Maybe it's probably better if I don't remember.
Good morning, Baruthiel. Who's a good kitty? Are you hungry? Is that why you woke me up?
A content purr comes from my sweet dear before she jumps off the bed and trots towards the kitchen. On the other hand, it takes me a bit more before I roll out of bed to start my day. Mornings before work, it's always quite an affair. Shower first, then a mug of coffee and a bowl of oats. Sometimes I do stretches and I check my work email. The Wrights will be moving into the mansion today. I don't think the paperwork is officially done yet, but it isn't too far-fetched to think they were allowed to start their move despite that. Rich people like them always find a way to get what they want, after all.
I'll be leaving you again today, Beth. So you behave and make sure not to shred up my new covers, okay? And don't worry, I didn't forget tomorrow is Black Cat Day, so I'll throw you a party.
Aw, I'm glad. Marianne is such a confusing one to me because I like her and I'm just like, yeah, cool. Love playing as a lesbian. I love a cat lady. And I love a woman who, first of all, is smart, determined, and also just, like, won't take shit from rich people. But at the same time, then she's just kind of rude to Isabella. And I'm like, please stop. Please, I want to like you.
But only if you behave like a proper lady.
She barely gives me a glance as I say that before going back to get her own food. Cats. My favorite movie of 2019. Still better than Humans most of the time. Too bad I have to work with humans. Oh god, no! Not again! Oh god, okay. The place is already busy as soon as I get here. The foreman, one that I've recommended to the Wrights for his work ethic, is early as usual. Already, he's instructing men here and there with the bigger loads. I have no chance to talk to him as Mrs. Wright appears and greets me with a smile.
Mrs. Wright, I hope everything has been to your liking thus far.
Good morning, Marianne. It has been delightful and these men have been very helpful. Look at all this. It's so busy here. I'm getting tired just looking at them go.
No complications so far with the movers or the previous owners of the mansion, I hope?
If anything, the only one being problematic is Luke, if I'm to be honest.
Everything about him is problematic, girl.
He can be such a diva, but I do like that about him.
Why? She stopped. Like the PowerPoint slide and Luke just be like, yo, what's up? What up, bitches? I'm here. She stops, looking up at the upper landing where Mr. Wright comes through with two other movers in the mirror from the study.
Oh, do be careful with that mirror. We wouldn't want anyone getting hurt because of broken glass. Why are you even having it carried around?
Oh? You did say you didn't want the mirror, and I keep getting distracted by it.
Narcissist.
If I'm going to turn the study into my office, I'd rather not have it there. Where can we put this?
Well, you are not putting it in our room. Why don't you go, I don't know, put it in the wine cellar now? We can figure out how to store it in the attic or somewhere else later, yes?
She knows. She's like, listen, I know you want to look at yourself while we fuck, but I'm not into that. You have to respect that. And now she's like, I know the dead bodies in the basement in the wine cellar would love to look at themselves, though.
You heard her, boys. To the cellar it goes. Mush!
Ah, that spooked me. The movers bring down the mirror one step at a time, no matter how much the man tells them to hurry. An unsettling feeling grows in my stomach as I see a reflection in the bloody thing. That's the mirror from my dream. As soon as I go into the kitchen, I realize I'm holding my breath. I let out a sigh of relief when I think nobody's looking, and I go back to the task at hand. Excuse me, it'll be a terribly busy day, and there's no need for me to even think of anything else. I talk to the foreman, fill him in which rooms is which. It seems I'm doomed to not get any significant work done without being interrupted when it comes to these particular clients, however.
Marianne, dear, have you had breakfast yet? Well, I do believe it would be considered brunch at this hour.
Oh god, we're doing this talk again?
Oh, yes, Mrs. Wright,
You must join me. Johans has already been breaking in the kitchen, as they say. I do not see the others settling down for a meal anytime soon. Someone might as well enjoy the food while it's hot, and that someone might as well be us.
I should say no. I really must say no. But the way she smiles at me makes it so difficult to do so. Look at how ridiculous I'm being, acting like a silly, nervous schoolgirl with a crush. Is it because you maybe have a crush? It's just a brunch, and who am I to say no to a client? It would be impolite to do so. It's not like I'm going to agree because of anything other than property. I'm not agreeing just because she batted her pretty eyelashes at me.
If you insist.
She's so not subtle. She's so not subtle. It really isn't any of those, but it's something about her eyes, rather. She looks like she needs a good talk. A friend. And although I'm not supposed to be chummy with my client, there's no harm in pretending, right? Give me 2 seconds. I swore I heard someone knocking, and I'm like, please, I don't. The ghost is here for me, and I really don't want to deal with it. Of course, I've been wrong on many occasions before. Maybe there is plenty harm in pretending that I care. Because pretending I care might actually lead to actual caring. Being alone is in the same room as the missus leaves me reeling, as I find myself paying too much attention to her. It seems so borderline unhealthy how much I'm getting obsessed, even if it's just by looking. Aw. Hey! Marianne. And it's just the little insignificant things that I've noticed, like the way she plays with her hair or how she smooths down her dress.
Hiya! Come on now!
Whiskey's annoying voice in the other room helps pull me back to the ground. I'm just looking, aren't I? I know that someone like her wouldn't even look at someone like me. Still, there's some time to turn around this bad decision.
I'd really like to thank you for inviting me to breakfast, Mrs. Wright, but I already ate, so I should really go back to work.
Nonsense! You arrived so early. You must not have gotten a proper meal. Sit. I'd situate us in the dining hall, but it is a mess right now.
Do I have to really do this conversation again? I really don't want to. I remember that I played it out like they were on a date and it was a gay thing. And it is a gay thing because Marianne is like totally thirsting after her. Hello? Do we even need the insight now? Like, I knew it. Her concern is sweet, as is her smile. But I'm really not here for idle chit-chat, something I keep forgetting. We're both distracted when the food arrives. It's Bubble and Squeak! For me to stay, at least until the meal is over. No more, no less, just be polite. Thankfully, the conversation steers in the topic I'm comfortable with, work. This goes on for a bit, and I can't be more relieved. Most people don't understand calling me a workaholic, but I choose to work in a field that I'm enthusiastic about. So what if my career is also my hobby? No, that's a really good thing, girl. Get it.
But no, really, how have you liked it so far?
Oh, it has been wonderful, believe me. Everything is going smoothly too. It has been a long time since I've worked on something on this grand a scale. Nowadays, everyone is about condos and flats, living in the city where every room is an identical box. Believe me, this is very refreshing.
We lived in a condo before this, Marianne.
I didn't mean any insult.
It's fine, sweetie. Look at you, all frazzled. I was just pulling your leg. Luke wanted that penthouse when we got married, and you can thank him for purchasing this place as well.
Wait, doesn't she own the house? I'm pretty sure. I have no business with it, though. It's theirs to hash out. But apparently, the momentary confusion has been visible on my face.
Don't be fooled. I'm just the treasury. I wouldn't be able to make a purchase this grand without his seal of approval.
I see.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Yes, what else is there to it? Without warning, this nice friendly chat devolved into something horrible. Something sad.
But I really don't know what to say, Mrs. Wright. We were talking of no topic in particular, and...
Luke. We were talking about Luke.
About him not eating breakfast with you?
About him treating me as if I were some treasury.
Despite my general dislike of the... Yes! Comrade Marianne! Despite my general dislike of the upper classes, sometimes feel pity for them. They may have all the money in the world where material things aren't a problem, but they don't even see what they've become, where they've ended up, where they came from, or where they go. They come from Cotton Eye Joe, or what they've done most of the time. They're shut in by their own trap. forced to plod along with society's expectations and do anything to stay where they are and keep what they have. A world where even people feel are treated like they are mere possessions. When someone is at the top, the only way for them to go is down. I've worked with many Hanas and Lukes and Whiskies, but I've never been one of them. I don't pretend to understand their world or any deeper than that. I merely know what I've witnessed before. She looks lost, speechless at how she betrayed herself. My pity for the likes of her returns. Nothing but pity moves me as I speak before she can say anything else that might ruin or break her.
I won't speak a word, Mrs. Wright. Not only am I contractually obliged to, it would also go against my principles. This is no one else's business but your own, and it should be kept between the two of you. And whoever you wish to seek counsel from.
Please, Marianne. You have to understand. These sort of affairs, if anyone were to know this, they could just twist it and we'll be ruined. All I ask for is your silence on the matter.
The way she practically begs me keeps me quiet about it. It's disheartening. I have no plans of speaking about anything I hear, especially if it's about their private affairs. But the way she looks at me, the way she expects some sort of fallout because of this, makes my heart clench.
Well, I'm keeping that information confidential as well.
It's not like I have any other choice, do I?
Thank you.
When the last of the food and drink is gone, the door opens as if on cue.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Zach! Zach! Oh, can I see my boy just once? Can I see him just once? I miss him.
This was a wonderful meal, Marianne. You're free to return to your duties. I must excuse myself.
It was my pleasure. And thank you for the food as well.
She stands up to leave, and all I want to do is reassure her again, to prove that I am someone she can trust. So when she looks back my way, I don't fight the smile that has found its way on my face. I feel giddy, but the feeling dies down afterwards as I sober up. Oh well, back to work. And with that, we can call this one complete. Man, can I just get one little peek at Zach? I want to see him. I miss him, and I will apologize to him profusely for killing him. I'm still like, oh god, I killed him. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and goodbye.